Good afternoon, Truth Serum Nation. It's your boy Joe, aka the Truth Serum. Been working hard. I just keep pumping videos out. I was supposed to take a break, but something had happened about a video I did about a guy that went to prison. He came back out, and I met him. He did a lot of time, and he was at the casino, and he was trying to shake me down and everything else. So are we starting over again? Welcome, Truth Serum Nation. You know I have some technical problems here. Get a coffee, a soda, or whatever. We're going to talk about the guy that got out of prison. Then he tried to shake me down, and then I had did a video about it. And then they ran back to him going, "Oh, Jojo did a video about," and it was you, but I never used his last name, but he knew it was me. So go get something and hang out with the Truth Serum. Um, all right, you guys. So yeah, this mob talk. See, you get all the flavor of mob talk and all the guys on MobTube that read it and they did all this other stuff. That's not there's another flip side element to that. The guys that are in there and they get out and it's supposed to be a secret fraternity, and then you know the guy tried to shake me down at the casino. Dick, we'll call him. I don't use last names, so sorry, folks. And so I did the video about he wanted money and he was aggressive, but we're still friends. And I was always saying no disrespect. Now that video I did is titled "Mafia Hitman Tracks Me Down 35 Years Later." That's the name of that. That's the title of that video. Mafia Hitman Tracks Me Down 35 Years Later. So I had did that, and then the friends found out and said, "Oh yeah, Jojo did a video about that." I try to remain as respectful as possible, and then, well, he knew where I lived, and then someone said, "Oh, check this video out. Yeah, that's you. Of course, that's you. Joe's talking about and everything else." The poor guy thinks I got some kind of big show or something. He's like, "Yeah." I says, "I never used your last name. I try to remain respectful. I want royalties from 3 cents I'm going to make off of the video. What am I going to make? 3 cents? Can I give you? I'll give you 33% of the action. Here's a penny." Oh no, blah, 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 and all this other stuff. So I have the video. It's long. It's an hour and 20 minutes. But he come back pretty aggressive because I'm barred out of that casino. And I blocked him. I blocked his number after he was trying to shake me down for rides, and he's kind of a bad actor, but he knew where I lived. And you got to get buzzed in, and he was ringing everybody's buzzer. So I, just to keep this senior community chilled out, it's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Oh, you're doing disrespect to me, and you got a show." And I said, "I never used your last name. It's just mob soap opera talk show. I want royalties. Royalties. Holy cow!" So see, that's the real aspect. That's why, like, Angelo's in prison. He calls, and and you see that aspect. Why would I wasn't a made man? So I told Dick, I said I wasn't a made guy. So he's like, and I had asked him on that other video, on the video I explained, well, these other gangsters, haven't you heard about it? They got shows on YouTube, and it's just like the old time gangsters that did time and all this. They don't give a crap about YouTube or any of that other garbage. They did their time, and they remained in the secretive posture. So your reporters and pundits and Mike Francese's and Sammy the Bull Gravano's. There's a flip side to that than this mob tube fever that people have. Mob tube fever. So yeah, Sean City, I told him, but once you've been institutionalized for so many years, and it's like you got to be alpha. You're always the alpha. In prison, you got to be the predator. You can't be the prey. So you got years and years of mental conditioning that you have to be the predator. Even me and him have a nice relationship, but he still got a predatorial posture on me. I know he wouldn't hurt me, but it's still in that fashion. But these guys can't, and I told him, I didn't use your last name. He's like, well, that was me. That was me. You're disrespecting me personally, Joe. Forget about the show on YouTube. He says, but you're just disrespecting me. You don't need to be saying that stuff, And I kind of understand that. I kind of understand that too. He goes, well, you know it and I know it. Ain't that enough, Joe? And he's like, I want royalties. Royalties? There ain't no royalties. What the heck? There ain't no royalties. Oh, well, that Mike Francisco or Mike Francis got all those millions of. I got 1,000 subscribers, Dick. I'm lucky I get 100 views. This is just a talk show. I'm an old man just telling stories, Holy cow. I'm not doing a Netflix production. This ain't a Netflix production. So let's hear some of the stuff I talked about on the other show that got this guy, and they get institutionalized. You can't deprogram them. You just can't deprogram them to be reacclimate and be normal citizens in society. You just can't. Psychologically speaking, maybe 5% can. All right, let's just hear a little bit about some of the stuff that he got pissed off about. I talk about Sammy the Bull Gravano, and I also talk about another guy that was like family to me, AB, that was in the Southwest doing time. And I don't mention names. Okay, sorry, folks. Sorry, pundit. Sorry, those two pundit hacks. Sorry, because if you're watching, sorry. All right. See?
Are we on?
Yeah, see,
Good
that's the
morning,
usual.
everybody.
All right.
The Truth Serum coming at you.
Bear with me.
This morning, but I'll do my best.
Bear with me. Let's go over some of this.
Get a little situated here. Come on, you're all out of whack. What the hell? Supposed to be doing a professional refined show.
Just listen. Just hang in there, folks.
Let's get right down to it.
Let me fast
this
forward.
Psychopath hitman.
Oh yeah, this is him.
Years ago, I was running around. He went away. These went away. They disappeared. Life goes on. Decades later, and go get yourself something to drink. Come join an old man. So, of course, I reside in the Twilight Zone. I'm at the track. And I more or less look the same at 60 years old. Good morning, Mike. I kind of look the same, just gray hair. I'm on a slot machine, killing time, smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee.
Of course.
This guy comes down, sits down next to me. I'm looking at him. Now, this was a good-looking guy years ago, but he's got gray hair parted in the middle.
This guy's a Colombo that his mother's, I believe mother's maiden name was a very recognizable name. His mother's maiden name.
Like, whatever. Like, and it's coming down, and he looks like a madman. Now, I'm playing, and he's looking at me. And you know how you can feel when somebody's, thank you, Joe Rufino's here. You know, you feel. So I look at him, and I'm looking, and I'm thinking, and then he says the magic 2 words, JoJo. Now, my name, only people close to me and would have known me more personally would say JoJo.
Can you guys hear this all right? I don't want to continue on for a spell, and then anybody still in there? I want to put some content in, folks, but this led up to the guy getting pissed off that, oh, thank you, Manna. This is the video like that someone said, oh, that JoJo was talking about you and everything. And next thing you know, he's banging on the door trying to get in this apartment complex, looking for royalties from my big YouTube show. This is like a Netflix show. He wants royalties and for me to shut up, which is understandable. Thank you, folks.
And I says, Dick, Richard. He says, oh, he just got done doing 1,000,000 years, gets out, the Jets is here. And lo and behold, Michael Mormeo, good morning to all these good people.
Sorry, folks.
Good morning.
I got to stop doing that. I like you guys coming in, but it breaks up the video, you know?
So I'm thinking, why me? Why this guy? Now he starts talking. A mile a minute. Remember this? Remember that? No, bro. I don't remember anything. I had a brain injury 10 years ago. I don't know nothing. Because a lot of times these guys that did.
He wants to reminisce a little. Now, I haven't seen him in 1,000,000 years. I know a lot went on in the past. He did time, but just to be sitting next to me at a slot machine and then be careful. You got to be careful. He knows I was a nobody guy, but then, they just try to pick and choose. I don't know if he caught another crime and he's out in the mix. There's nobody around. I mean, I don't know, but you got to always think a chess game.
A lot of time, God forgive me, they might have cooperated in some ways, but this guy did time. I'm not sure if he cooperated or not, but you just can't ever be sure. Right. Somebody comes out of the blue and then they're starting to ask, I can't say anything incriminating anyways because I'm a good boy. So he's going on. And I'm like, he's being overbearing, and I can't. He thinks we're like long lost old friends, and I'm thinking, I want to get the hell out of here. Then the moment of truth, he wants my phone number, and then he wants a ride to a suspect part of town.
Drugs.
And I'm telling him, no. And now he starts asking me, you remember when this happened back at the club? And do you remember when this happened and that happened?
Now, bear with me, guys. He's going to be watching this video. And I'm telling you, no disrespect, bro, but I got to stick up for myself, too. Because now he's going to be watching this video. So that's all I can say. But you can't shake me down. Those days are over.
And what about this? I says, me no know nothing. I don't know jack shit. And he's going on. And then he's telling me these stories in New York City when they were going to kill him in New York. And he was jumping out of buildings and all this crazy stuff. And I knew the rest. I knew a part of his extended family, all good people, real good people. The sisters, all regular, proper people, civilians. Which is,
you see the mob talk, the mob genre, and all of that kind of stuff, and the made guys. But you got to remember, there's other regular people in these families that are upstanding citizens, or whether they're directly related or indirectly, direct there's regular people that go to college and do regular type of jobs.
which is kind of the norm for most of the crime families. Is, I mean, they just chose this occupation, if you will. But the regular people were beautiful, nice, upstanding, hardworking citizens.
Yes.
And they were beautiful. I knew his sister too, and the mother. And then there was other siblings, but so
and I gotta keep saying no disrespect, but if you're watching or not, but these other people were like saints. They were like saints. You go in their house, they got altars like of Jesus and everything. Oh, today's Sunday. Thank you, Jesus, for this day.
now he starts getting the feeling that I'm giving him a little brush off. We're at the slot machines, and now he's getting aggy. He's getting aggravated. Like, he said, "I'm talking to you, Jojo." I said, "Bro," I says, "You're going a mile a minute over here. Please, I'm 60. I'm 63. I'm 60. I'm like, I'm too old for this shit, man." I says, "You want to talk about just regular talk? You've been institutionalized. Everything is hustle. Everything is aggressive, and I'm not with that. I'm a mild-mannered man. I wasn't a made guy. You realize I wasn't made into all that. I don't give a shit. I wasn't a made guy, and I don't know anything about any of these people, where they are decades later. I don't know. I could take a guess, bro. They're either dead or doing life in prison. I mean, you've been in the prison system. Did you come across any of them guys or what?
Nope. I guess not.
He's starting to get aggressive with me. I'm thinking, I divorced that shit a million years ago, and a guy has to come out of the woodwork, and lo and behold, he goes broke on the slot machine. He doesn't ask to borrow $10 or $20. He has to borrow $500. I says, "Richard, I know you lost your mind. Please forgive me. I know you lost your mind." No, I says, "No, here, you need 5,000? Well, no, I'll even throw a vig on there. I'll pay you back $550 tomorrow." Now, this guy's a nut.
Forgive me, bro.
He says, "Hold on a minute. I'm playing the slot machine." So he makes this mock phone call. Yeah, right off the clip, the Jets, $5 bills, yeah.
So he don't want to borrow $10. He wants to borrow $500. He'll pay me back $550 the next day or whatever. Now he goes to his phone and he's making this mock phone call like, "Yeah, I'll pick that up.
I'm playing 18 cents a spin. I'm eating bologna sandwiches, trying to get Cash App, sell my book, trying to make ends meet. Yeah, Joe, let me take $500. Yeah, I'll pay you back $550. Yeah, whatever." Now, he makes a mock phone call. He acts like he's dialing numbers. And you know what? This guy was all right years ago. It's a weird contradiction that the evolution and the life trajectory of people through the years and how whatever their environment has done to them from 25 years old to 60 is a psychological thesis paper for a master's degree. So
now the guy was a sharp chess player, very sharp, high IQ, sharp chess player. But the institutionalization and the time, it erodes that year after year. It gets eroded. It gets eroded. You turn from sensibility and things like that to just being a raw dog, predator and prey. So yes, we had a nice history together, but he still looks at me as vulnerable. If somebody came up and smashed me in the face, uh he would fire, and he would protect me. But it doesn't mean I'm exempt from him shaking me down. It's in his DNA by now. After prison life for years and years and years, it's just a natural default thinking mechanism.
he makes this phone call, and it breaks my heart. It actually breaks my heart because it's heartbreaking, and I'm embarrassed for him. He says, hello, Dave, it's Dick. You meet me. I could either pick that up, or you could come to my house and you could give me those five dimes tomorrow and everything else. He's making a phone call, and then I go, really, bro? I says, you can't run no game. Yeah, he was calling Mike Francis.
Hey, Mike, I need 5 dimes.
And, it was breaking my heart. And
in the meantime, I'm saying it's breaking my heart because he's still trying to be serious about it. He's not going to meet anybody. But I mean, I'm not psychic or anything, but he's not going to meet anybody and pick up. I mean, and listen, I love you, bro, and I respect you. But if you haven't noticed since you've been out or anything else, there's only one guy that will hang. You not to be insulting or anything like that, but it's just the way it is. It's I mean, we're older now, and yeah, I do a show, talk about these different things. It's not Netflix. You want royalties from it's not like that. I just need a hobby, talk about old stories and everything else. And he's like, oh, that stuff shouldn't be on YouTube ever, why are they doing that? Well, the people that cooperated are doing those shows. The people that cooperated are doing those shows. I wasn't a made guy. So I just tell stories, blah, 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 and but Sean City, if I had the money, I would help him out a little. Well, he went broke a couple times, in the mix, and he was drinking, of course. And we'll leave it at that. But I try to do a couple gestures of good faith, and I'm playing 18 cents a spin. He wants to play $2 a spin. And
now he's got these tattoos.
Yeah,
prison tattoos. And he said somebody told him a story about me, coincidentally, where the Colombian, the mob dealt cocaine. I mean, don't listen to bullcrap artists, Mike Francis and all.
Right. The mafia dealt drugs. Okay, we established that.
Whatever. The mob dealt more drugs than CVS Pharmacy. So somehow my name come around, and this this predicament that come up because he was related to the Colombo family and everything. So they talk about stuff that happens on the outside while they're on the inside. So he's asking. So now he's asking about that Colombian that came up there to the club. I did a video about that and gonna sell some weight and I says, Dick, he had a tattoo with some kind of triangle type of thing, and he was like, "What?" He said, "Those are."
So I was telling him about those Colombian or whatever the cartels that come up, and like right here on this part of their hand, they could have a symbolism tattoo, a triangle with a hole in it or a circle in it that represents some kind of ranking or whatever, like that, more or less. And Dick he also has a tattoo. Also, it represents, symbolism.
He said those are the serious, high-ranking people in the cartels. It either represents enforcer, killer, or whatever these tattoos. They know what all these these symbols mean and everything. And he's laughing. AB-23, and he says, I think they're trying to get you hit, JoJo, or whatever. I said, I don't know what they were doing. He goes, but I heard. But he said, I saw a couple guys that were also friends with my godfather that were doing time. And they said, I said, I just ran around doing errands and everything. And he's like, why did you get made? Why did you get made? I said, I wasn't going to get made. I said, you're 63. Your adult life, you probably done, now we say no disrespect, because these guys went to prison and did some time. And I always say no disrespect, because I'm not going to just disrespect the guy, even if he's a psychopath and aggressive, because he's still, I know he likes me. In the bottom of his heart, he still likes me. And I says, you've done probably 30 years between the ages of 20 and 60. You've been on the outside 15 years between the ages of 20 and 63. And they get in the institutionalized thinking. And I says, it's hard. You just can't reacclimate yourself to a different environment. And
I know a handful of guys like that can't reacclimate to the normal things of society, instead of being everything structured in prison, to the normal things from the time you get up till you go to bed. Or they can't dismiss that prey and predator and prey thinking.
And I tell them, I don't have a lot of income. I have a little income. You got to slow down, Richard. You got to slow down. Just enjoy your senior citizen years. But he looked like a hippie. He looked like a hippie. And he's asking me about the feds, about what was going on over there, and he heard all kinds of different stories. And I says, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. I said, I wrote a book, Richard. Read it, or I'll bring you one tomorrow. And you could catch up on everything, because a lot of these inmates, they read books.
Read the book, Dick. Read the books.
Like, you wrote a book. You're loaded. You're loaded with money, JoJo. You wrote a book. Writing a book doesn't mean squat. Anybody can write a book. He just correlates that with, oh, you wrote a book. Oh, you're in the money. No. You're sandbagging me. I says, I can't afford to lend you $7, let alone $500. Holy cow. I remember a vid where Sammy talked about he got the shamrock tattoo from the Aryans. How is that possible considering you have to be 100% white as one of the highest? I did a video that AB, Sammy is full of crap. I know what
This is talking about when Sammy the Bull was talking about he got the tattoo from Odin and everything. And someone very close to me did a lot of time in the prison that was a AB. But we were like brothers because we were close to his father. We were both, of course, but so this is about when Sammy the Bull Gravano was talking about the AB and he got the tattoo.
I know an AB that I was personal friends with and also stayed with his father, God rest his soul, 1,000,000 years ago, who went to prison, ended up in the southwest of the United States, and was in there. And DM, I know you might not ever watch this. I don't mean any disrespect to the ABs or anything, because I really don't like speaking on that. I'll talk about these phony gangsters and these rodent gangsters, but the ABs and Sammy the Bull Gravano, the ABs, like the whole world knows, didn't like blacks or Italians. He got that tattoo or whatever that was, EB23, like of Odin, the Norwegian boss, or whoever the Grand Master of Symbolization is, or the god of the ABs. I don't mean any disrespect, ABs. Last thing I need. And DM, if you watch this, I don't mean any disrespect. I consider ourselves still brothers. You did what you did in that world, but out here in this world, I love you, and I consider you my brother. I do not want to respect. And I want to come down and visit you sometime. That's all. As brothers, not anything else. So,
thanks.
Let's see.
Thanks, Mark. New subscriber. Thank you.
Yeah, you have to be 100% white. It's one of the highest ranked in that organization. Sammy the Bull. It's storytelling time. That's all. The Norse god, Mr. H. The Norse god. Yes. Okay.
The Norse god Odin.
I got good people that come in here and watch. I think it's Odin. Odin.
Think so.
This would happen. Sammy the Bull. You got to gravitate to people. Now you go out west. You got the Mexicans. You got the ABs. You got all kinds of gangs formulating out there, and an Italian heading out there is a lot. There's not a lot of other. There might not be a lot of other Italians you can hang with and gravitate toward. So
listen. So you get in this prison system and you get in these blocks in the Southwest, it's mostly white Anglo-Saxon, you got the AB and all that. But so it's not just the blacks and the whites. And then like Sammy the Bull is a white Caucasian, and the ABs are Caucasian. So he should just be automatically accepted to say, whites versus blacks, blacks versus whites. Because the ABs traditionally didn't like the blacks and Italians. Now, things change. I don't want anybody, like Google Meisters out there going,
It's this tattoo of this Norse god, Odin, and you can't just go. So, DM, please forgive me, DM.
Sammy went ahead and put the Norse god Odin tattoo right on his shoulder. right on his shoulder to be like, well, that they'll appreciate that, without conversing with their leaders or something. And all of a sudden you're representing the AB. You're an Italian in there, highly recognizable name. You're in there, but now you're just representing with that big shoulder thing. And then I think he covered it up, or they covered it up or something, Okay, see, Jimmy Laws. Yeah, I don't know. Things morph. Things, maybe there's flexibility within certain things and stuff. Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree.
And they're like, what are you doing? What are you doing, Sammy? What are you doing? Okay. Well, I thought that was a cool thing. Yeah, this weasel that he is. I just thought that would be a cool thing. But I think he had a different tattoo. Now this guy's telling me. I don't tell him, and I don't mean any disrespect. Like he had a different tattoo of something, then put another tattoo on it. I don't know if they made him tattoo over it. I don't know if he tattooed the Odin over an old tattoo, or he tattooed something over the Odin, the AB tattoo. I don't know. I'm confused, but I don't know. With the Sammy the Bull Gravano, this is what he was trying to do. He was.
Bro, he violated after he cooperated. Okay, Sean, he violated afterwards. He went in with general population. He violated, bro. Okay.
Kinda, because there's blacks and Mexicans and everybody else. So Sammy just figured they're white, white. But the AB might not consider an Italian white, and an AB might consider an Italian just like a black. But Sammy, poor Sammy, and that great IQ that he must have, put that on there to be like, accept me into the ABs. I don't know.
My friend DM that was in there for a long time, and I was staying with his father. He came back for his uncle passed away, and you can fly back for the pets or whatever, and for a funeral and stuff. And we were at a camp outside. It was a nice countryside. We were at a campfire, and I'm saying, bro, in there, we're enemies. I would be an enemy, but out here, we're brothers. It's a weird dynamic, And I used to write, and he says, "Thank you, Jojo, for the letters," And I would write him and everything, and but it's like you got to morph into another person just to survive, But so when they come out, you see these guys. They're very intelligent people. They're very they can articulate. You've seen these AB guys on YouTube. They're very intelligent guys, and they can get back into regular things, Yeah,
he ran into the ABs behind the walls. Now, whatever they wanted to do with crimes in and out, I don't know. You could be talking to them about perpetrating crimes and everything, and you could do things in that fashion, but you cannot claim to be an AB. Like when you're trying to claim affiliation or rank, like Mike Francis trying to claim affiliation and rank, calling himself a mafia boss. Like I said before, you can't just claim in these psycho organizations. No disrespect to the ABs. I don't care about the mafia. No disrespect to the ABs. At least they run a tight ship. At least the ABs run a tight ship. So you can't just claim jump rank.
They'll kill you for that.
The great storytellers, my good friends, Mr. H, EB23, the New York Jets 15, Mike Mormeal, Leon Swan, Mario Mendez, Big J Biz.
Come on, Joe.
Joe Ruffino, Michael Candinas.
Speed it up, Joe.
They rank claim jump. They're claim jumpers.
Yeah.
And
I told Dick, Mike, he calls himself a boss, call himself a boss on social media, trying to educate him about MobTube and everything else. He's like,
Getting back, Mike. So I says to, now I'm still at the casino. This guy takes off. He gets a drink. He's coming back. He's
Dick.
Drunk.
This is Dick.
He's trying to get me to give him a ride. He's asking me to borrow money. So I says, what do you think about Mike Francis? To this guy, he was in the mix a million years ago. I said, he goes, oh yeah, I remember, blah, blah. I said, he's got a YouTube channel. I said, I got a YouTube channel. He's like, what, you lost your mind? And I said, he calls himself a boss in the thumbnails or the titles of the videos. Richard calls himself former mafia boss. The first thing he said to me, is he still alive? Is he still alive? I go, he's hiding out in California in a fortress somewhere, and he puts in the thumbnails.
I don't promote violence.
Yeah. And I'm trying to get him to come on and do a video with me, but these guys don't understand YouTube and
yeah, he thinks it's like Netflix. Oh, do a video. Oh, you're going to make thousands of dollars. Give me a piece of the action, royalties, and everything else. No. I might make 6 cents off of this. Super chats are all right when people want to donate. People want to buy my book. Yeah, but other than that, it's just bare minimum. He thinks it's a big... Joe, he did compliment me. Yeah, you could probably run a good show, whatever. The money, it's a hobby, but it's just like I'm not deriving any big financial gain out of it. And then they tell him, oh, I did that video, and he's doing, and he's pissed off.
And I think he was related to either one of the Bellas.
That's all I'll say.
I mean, this guy is crazy. He talks a lot of crap and stuff, but he's a serious dude. But he's flamboyant. He's overwhelming. But I told him, put a hat on and put some and do it. And he was like, Joe. And then he's like, oh, give me 1,000 and I'll do it. And he's like, It's hard to get the old timers or guy. It's hard.
It's hard. Like I say, it's hard. Them guys don't care about YouTube and all that. You see all the rats on YouTube, but the regular guys that went did their time and they're still thinking, they're still committed to that type of oath. They don't care about JoJo doing a YouTube channel trying to get views and subscribers. And if he did, he'd want 1,000 for it, some big amount. So they don't. It's different than MobTube that you see. It's different. You've looked at the people that cooperated. You're looking at the people that cooperated. I went to Attica prison. I did a little video. Look, there's the people, folks. Go in my library. Look, at the people that didn't rat are right there. Attica's 10 minutes down, 15 minutes down the street from me. Look, folks, there's the people that didn't rat. I know a handful of people in there doing serious time that didn't rat. Angelo's doing time. He didn't rat. He calls into the show. But the mob people, the mob genre doesn't want to see that because they're rats or they're pundits and reporters that report about the rats, and you don't see that flip side flavor on MobTube. But generally a thinking person out there, yes, can be entertained by these said channels and pundits. But the fact of the matter is, there's a flip side of the mafia that didn't do that. And Angelo's rotting away. There's other guys in Attica that I could go see personally to visit them that have been in there since the 90s. So there's a flip side to it. They don't care about MobTube and YouTube and all this and that. And then you got these experts running around, the Google Meisters. Oh, I think he's a, it's silly. It's silly.
To get them guys to do a video. I mean, they don't, there's like, why you, I just, do a show, tell stories, blah, blah, blah. They don't understand. Those real gangsters don't understand those made men doing YouTube channels.
Nope. That's a no.
This guy.
That they don't understand. Don't understand why social media and all that. So they don't understand it. They never will. They never will understand that yesterday. They'll never understand it today, and they'll never understand that tomorrow.
Now, Richard, if you ever see this, I don't mean any disrespect. We're more on personal terms, but sometimes when you have, forgive me, bro, forgive me. Sometimes if you might have co-conspirators in certain crimes that you've done, when it comes down to the indictments and all the court proceedings, you might take the hit yourself and another guy won't get indicted.
Yeah.
And I got to be very careful here.
Commercial?
Were you recently injured in a car accident?
No.
So I think he did a certain bid, forgive me, and he got some money when he got out. Just like my cousin Vic did some time and got a beautiful lump sum. God rest his soul. And this Richard Dick got a good sum of money, and he went to Vegas and bet crazily and everything, went broke, and then did some other crimes. And my mind is shot. Who was the Bella crime family? Was that Colombo or Lucchese, Genevieve?
He did whatever he did. He come out, however he accumulated a lump sum. Maybe he didn't rat a little bit, and then however he had this lump sum, he went to Vegas, blew it was a big lump, nice, modest amount of money, and blew it in one day.
Well, there are certain names of ranking people that might have the same last name. That could be, you could have the same last name but be in two different crime families.
Yeah, like you could have Angelino last name in 3 different families. And then you get pundit reporters out there that, that know more than the people in the mob. It's insane.
But he knew those guys. He knew the Colombos. He was at the club. But I got to say one thing. It's kind of weird, but like, this guy is sharp as a tack as far as intelligence. But you see these guys, they could have been successful in many different jobs in the real world. But they love the action. But don't you straighten up after you go through a few years in prison? Don't you say, well, I learned my lesson? I don't know. But
it's in their DNA afterwards.
Yeah, this psycho tracks me down. Now, yesterday I'm doing a Facebook video. Older songs. Sometimes on Facebook, I'll just do songs like this and play on blah, blah, blah. Kill some time. And he's calling me during my video. And he won't stop. And he's calling. He wants a ride somewhere. of course. He wants a ride somewhere, and I gotta just come right out and tell him there isn't anything on planet Earth, my dear friend, that is gonna make you get in my car. You will never sit in my car to the end of time, and I want to be nice about it. I don't care. No, the guy is still thinking like a gangster. These guys, they don't even matter how much time they do and how old they are. They're just scheming and plotting, and no, I do not want to be seen walking out the door of the casino with the guy.
Forgive me.
No. Mm-mm. Joey Merlino would have you on his show. I have no doubt. He's very accessible. I like Joey Merlino.
You know what, folks?
Yeah.
This has been a long enough video. I mean, I could carry on, but it's more or less just stating that, you know, now he's going to be banging on the door again and all this. Bro, I don't mean any disrespect. I got to stick up for myself, though. I have to stick up for myself. That's all there is to it. I have to stick up for myself. I ruined my life. You've been around long enough to know I ruined my life. I don't have money sitting around. So shake down somebody else. I'm not that guy. And I don't want to come on and bash or anything like that. But I'm not that guy. Don't waste your time on me. If you're a hustler, pick your spots. This is a zero spot. I'm lucky I got gasoline in my car. So pick your hustles. You're a sharp guy. Find a better target. That's all. Find a better target. I'm not that guy, you know. So they just can't get thinking. Can't get them out of that thinking. Like, you should be smart enough to know that I wasted a lot of time and I don't have resources and things like that. But just like some other guys that got out, you know, and that's just their DNA. That's just how they just. I've always was a nice, happy-go-lucky guy. I was always smart, educationally smart. They think I went on and started making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and they think I'm set up pretty good because I had some education. I made a lot of bad decisions, just wanting quick money. But I'm not that guy. So if you're around long enough, you'll know, no, I didn't come out with a big bank account and cars and houses. No. I got shit out the other end of it, being stupid, wasting time, going through all kinds of stupid stuff. But that's what goes on with these guys that just, they didn't rat and they got institutionalized. And now, no matter how old they are, they just still have this thing, you know. They're shaking down people in prison. That's a layup for them. In prison, they're shaking down people. Little old me on the outside, that's a no-brainer. Shake JoJo down, whatever. But I don't have anything they can't shake down. So find somebody else to shake down that's got some assets and some money or something. I don't know. So that's the stuff you get. Then you go on social media. And then they says, oh, yeah, JoJo did a video about you, but I didn't put the last name in there. But it's quite obviously they knew who you were. But you know, your friends, mutual people knew and everything. But this is just a talk show. I didn't say any last names. That's all. Go to Mike and Sammy and the reporters. They'll give you last names. They'll tell you what they had for breakfast. That's all. I don't want to roll like that. Whatever views I get, whatever subscribers I get, I just get. That's all. I'm not going to go that far on last names. They have children. They have grandchildren. that are regular people, and then they're here that be out here giving out last names on YouTube, trying to get a viewer or subscriber. No, whatever I get on here, I get. That's it. That's it. You want last names from all the rats and all the rat tube out there? Go get the last names and everything else. But if I say it, oh well, that's we didn't get that information on MobTube. Well, so something's wrong. You know, if it don't match up to the reporters and the Google Meisters and all that, then something's wrong. People, you were in the nosebleed seats watching the game. You weren't in the game. You know who you are. How can you question or critique something you weren't even involved with because you Google questionable, compromised information? I'm talking to the people in and out of prison from the mob. People in and out of prison that didn't rat. I'm talking to them, elbow to elbow. You're in your mother's basement doing a YouTube channel going, oh, yeah, this and that. Yeah. What is that? Get who you can get your followers, get whoever you can get, you know, these people. At the end of the day, go do your thing. Go do your thing. They don't like it when you talk about the people that didn't rat or all this kind of stuff. They don't like it. They piggyback RatTube. You got the rats that do the channel. Then you got the reporters that could only talk to private rats. And then when Angelo calls from out of prison, from prison, he calls it, and then, oh geez. Yeah, you can't because you weren't in the life. I knew the guy. You don't qualify. You could maybe pay. You could pay some of these rats to do interviews. You have to pay. Otherwise, you don't qualify. The reporters, they don't qualify. Yeah. Manna, you're what? Yeah. Oh, what did he say? Something about yeah, he's the Muppet. Then you get these guys. You get these guys in there. That's what it is. Right. Buddy watching. Yeah. Back someone out. No one is watching you. Well, no one's watching you, Joe, but you're actually watching. Who's the Muppet? Who's the puppet? Some guy. We ain't gonna get into all that gibberish. But that's what you get. You got followers in all these different camps that sit and hinge on every word. Oh gosh, yeah. They're drooling and salivating over these people. And then if you say something that doesn't line up parallel to that, oh gosh, it's a 5-alarm fire. Don't you? This is simple stuff. What you're seeing on MobTube are the rats that cooperated. There were people that didn't cooperate and did time. There's a flip side of the coin there. This is very simple common knowledge that a second grader can ascertain. I'm sick of changing diapers for these loyalists from these other channels. Wow. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. They pop in, they say something stupid. Oh, yeah. You're getting your info from a Google Meister hack that has to pay rats to do interviews. Never in the life. And the other big channels were rats. But little old me wants to talk about people that didn't rat, and it gets the whole status quo turned upside down. Because, oh, geez, I got to follow their rules. Because they said so. Yeah. Oh, yeah, right away. People that aren't even in the stands watching the game. They couldn't even be a reporter in the stands watching the game. They couldn't get in the gate to be a reporter sitting in the nosebleed seats. But boy, they want to come in like experts and question certain things about this or that. They don't qualify. I wasn't a made man. I wasn't made, but I still knew the people, real life people, touching them and elbowing them and whatever. They're still real people that existed. Them jealous hacks don't like it. They don't like it. And even Dick understands more educational about this, and I talk stuff and everything, but we're still buddies. We're still buddies because it's just not peachy king. It's just not peachy king about stuff. We all have, he's strong opinionated. He's got his strong opinions. I got my strong opinions. It doesn't mean we're going to be enemies. If I see him at Tim Hortons, we're going to have a coffee and talk about the good old days, not mob tube controversy. That people are hypnotized and they're just whole mental schema of thinking is so embedded in that. What do these people go to bed at night going, oh yeah, what is this? What is it? But that's what MobTube has created. That's what this genre has created when you're getting all one-sided information from big names that cooperated. God forbid you get a phone call from a guy doing life that's 77 years old and they all, oh geez, oh yeah, yeah. Right, because they couldn't get an exclusive interview because they got to pay rats. They got to pay rats to get their content. And God forbid little old me come on here and get some exclusive content. Oh, God, I got to walk to the beat of these hacks drums. Come on, man. So there's a different side to it. It's not theater of a Hollywood movie that you're just getting from the people that cooperated. Now, I said a lot about Mike Francis, but I'm supposed to be a Christian, and I'm going to do better at being Christian. Next Sunday, I'm going to read some things from Scripture. I'm a Christian, and I want to be a good Christian, and you know, and not compromise that so much over MobTube views. This is not a mob channel. I'm going out to the park. I'm going to do some interviews with interesting people and progress and move on from this sick genre, this MobTube. I want to be a talk show host that happened to be around wise guys. And then we're going to finish that chapter off, and I'm going to get better technology, and I'm going to progress and evolve into something different than this recycled MobTube stuff. Just recycled. Then you get in these little battles with Mutt and Jeff and all them guys. And oh, geez. Oh, God, he's got an interview with a guy from prison. Oh, geez. They're over there sweating it. Do your channel. All that recycled stuff. If you get an interview, you got to pay the rats. It's not even organic. It's not organic. This is organic. So, but they have a right to do what they do. But don't come crossing over here questioning me. You know, go shine somebody's shoe somewhere else. But you weren't in the club. You weren't in the club. You didn't even shine their shoes. So crazy, this mob genre. Completely crazy. And then you got to lower yourself to their level, blah, blah, blah. Get some content, do some video, and blah, blah, blah. It's insane. I got a more level of entertainment in me than to just concentrate on that. Yes, MobTube will be flattening out. Okay, folks, you've heard all the recycled stuff. There's just the names and the places have changed. You've heard every story known to mankind, more or less. It's gonna. Mike is up in age. Sammy's up in age. There's some newcomers, good-looking guys on the scene, but they'll never get the numbers like Mike and Sammy got. They'll all reach a threshold and then bottom out. And then what do they have after that? They're going to have to entertain you and give you some good content about other subject matters. There's only so much water in the sponge that you can just drip every drop out of the mob genre. So that's why I do other types of things. I take the nature walk. I get a couple hundred views off of the nature walk. Geez, I could take a nature walk and it gets as many views as a Mike Francis story. What? So that's that, folks. Excuse me. I appreciate my people that come in here. The numbers are going up. The numbers are rising steadily. I want to try to be entertaining. I want to be funny. I want to be accepted. I want to be validated, just like everybody else out there. But you're always going to run into things, and you got to process them accordingly and move on and rise up to good things. Rise up to the things in the world outside of social media. This is just social media, that you have a little part of your day you pay attention to, but then you have a whole life to live. You have your wife, your husband, your children, your parents. You got a whole nother life to, try to progress and prosper, So that's that. So we'll keep that up. I'll probably walk the nature trail tomorrow. You see the size of those pike in there? I got to get a fishing license. I got to get a fishing pole, because there were some, and that's not a fish story. I know I tried to show the camera, but you couldn't see because of the glare. Sorry. But believe me, there's some big fish in that lake where I do the nature walk. Maybe we'll get the nature walk in tomorrow around noon or so, and come walk with me. I lost 31 pounds and trying to get a little bit more health conscious. And I appreciate the people that come, because I get as many views as, mob related stuff. So that's all good, folks. All right. God is good. Thank you, Jesus, every day. Forgive me for talking about this genre. It's not good sometimes as a Christian. It's not good just to get content. So we're going to try to do other things, enlightening, maybe entertaining, stuff like that. Okay. Be the kings and queens of your world. Don't give up. There's a lot of obstacles. The world is a vampire. It wants your blood. But no, put on some armor, get your thinking right, get your spirit right, and you can rise up. The underdog that rises up, the victory is sweeter. The victory is sweeter than somebody just handed something. When you're the underdog and you rise up, the victory is sweeter. So keep that and be confident. Process things. If you need to talk to somebody about something, if you're a man, you don't have to be a macho man. If you're having problems, talk to somebody. Try to process things. You don't have to have a bravado and, be a tough guy. A tough guy would seek out help. So let's all rise up and live the rest of our years in good thinking, abundant thinking, and happiness. You got to be able to laugh every day. You got to be able to laugh every day. I get off of here. I got friends. We laugh. We have fun. So that's it, folks. We'll probably do the nature walk. I'm going to try to do 3 miles tomorrow. And come in and join me. I'll schedule it, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. And I appreciate the support. So that's it, folks. Go out. Have a beautiful day. The summer's here. It's exciting. And try to enjoy life. Try to enjoy every day. Okay? Thank you, folks. God bless you all. See if I could sign off here, all right. Thank you.